Welcome back to LoboTrax. I'm Tom Polioff.
I'm Justin Green.
And we have a wonderful show lined up for you today on this beautiful, snowy morning. We have today weather, followed by an interview with Ms. Rice.
Then we're going on to Off the Mountain, and that'll be all for our show today.
Let's get into it.
Welcome back to weather. We're going to do things a little differently today and hopefully make it faster. On Monday, we have a high of 32 and a low of 11. Tuesday, we have a high of 42 and a low of 21. Wednesday, high of 23 and a low of 12 with a 50% chance of snow. Thursday, we have a high of 35 and a low of 12. And Friday, we have a high of 38 and a low of 19. And it should be pretty cloudy throughout the week. And now we're going to go to our people in the field.
We're in the field and I'm Henley Arneson.
I'm Giadzmana and it is cold.
Yep, snowed about a quarter-inch and it is freezing.
Yep, and speaking of snow, I forgot something.
We're here to talk about the attendance policy. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, so I'm really excited to be able to share with you guys some updates and some things going on with the attendance policy. I want to really quick share that attendance is really a shared responsibility. It's not something that's just the job of the student. It's also the job of the school as well as the families. And so it's really our goal and my goal this year to really build that bridge of partnership between home, student, and school to really encourage regular attendance as it's essential for academic success, but also school safety. The other thing too is if a student is on campus but not in class without permission, it is an unexcused absence. When you are excused from class, the expectation is that you're no longer here on campus. That means not in the parking lot, not in classrooms, not in the library, because if we had a emergency, a fire or anything like that, we would actually assume that you're not here and you wouldn't be looked for. And that's really scary, especially when we look at some of the recent events that have taken place. However, there's also things that can end up resulting in consequences, right? Ditching, all of that. You can end up having detention or community service or other types of things. And we also want to avoid that. We want to get ahead of it before it becomes a problem.
Welcome to Off the Mountain. I'm your host, Elena Mitchell-Pastor, and here's your first story. More heavy snow is set to cause problems for post-Thanksgiving travelers and commuters on the first day of December, with new winter storm system to hit the eastern half of the country. The storm is expected to bring a wintry mix of heavy rain, snow, and ice. According to the National Weather Service, most of the storm's impacts will be felt on Tuesday, with the conditions clearing by Wednesday. And for your second story, the U.S. mints its final penny. On November 12th, the U.S. Mint announced that the 232 years it had produced the country's final penny. The mint says it's cost too much to make the coin, and few people actually use them anymore. And for your last story, how long the government's been shut down. At press time, the United States government has been shut down for 37 days. The longest shutdown in the U.S. history. Previous record was 35 days and set 2019. The shutdown began on October 1st. During the shutdown, parts of the government closed until the budget is approved by Congress. Lawmakers have yet to agree on one.
That about wraps up our show, and I gotta say, it was a wonderful show.
Yeah, pretty short, but we're trying to get back on track, and hopefully we will have more segments in the future. And now, Kai's gonna slide across the table yelling Merry Christmas.
What?
Merry Christmas!
Thank you, Kai. That's all we have for LoboTrax today. I'm Justin Green.
I'm Tom Polioff.
And remember, go Lobos!